My dear friends, welcome to this Blue Christmas service. For some, memories of past experiences and the pain of present experiences and situations can become overwhelming. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, or New Year's Eve can be very difficult and a reminder of the challenges in our lives. In this service, we invite you to listen. We invite you to pray. We invite you to meditate upon the pain and anguish you may carry. And we invite you to offer your pain to the Holy One. We trust that you will find hope and comfort in knowing that you are not alone. I ask that you stand. Tonight we gather in a safe place. We are lonely, we are afraid. Tonight we gather daring to wonder if God has indeed come among us. With us in despair, known, intimate with our failed relationships, holding our heartache in hands of tenderness. Tonight we gather with neighbors and strangers, a family made one by our brokenness, coming with our hearts and our pockets filled with doubt. Tonight, we gather just as we are. The first candle we light to remember those persons whom we have loved and lost. We pause to remember their name, their voice, their face, the memory that binds them to us in this season. We hold them before God, giving thanks for their lives and ours. Please take a moment to remember those who have died. I invite you to name them aloud or in the silence of your hearts. Listening, God, give us peace. We take our loved ones by the hand and lead them to you, O God of love. Here we present them to you. We entrust them to your loving care. We want them to be free at home with you. Save a place for us beside them. Fill us with confidence and energy in the days ahead when we feel like giving up. Help us to find joy in the people, events, and beauty of nature that surrounds us. Thank you, gift of these people lives. We will celebrate the treasure of love with them again when we are all in your presence forever. May this truth sustain us in the days to come. Take our sad and aching hearts and comfort us. Comfort us, for we feel hollow and empty. God of sorrow, draw near. Amen. Please be seated. It's a solo. It's a solo.
second candle we light is to redeem the pain of loss, the loss of relationships, the loss of jobs, the security they bring, the loss of health in ourselves or in family members, the loss of joy and peace in our lives from the stresses that surround us, the loss and loneliness we have when our loved ones do not share our faith. As we gather up the pain of the past, we offer it to you, O God, asking that into our open hands you will place the gift of peace. Please take a moment to recall the losses. I invite you to name them aloud or in the silence of your hearts. Together, God of mystery, we turn our hearts to you. We come before you in need of peace, grateful for the mystery of life and ever keenly aware of your promises of guidance and protection. We want to place our trust in you, but our hearts grow fearful and anxious. We forget so easily that you will be with us in all that we experience. Teach us to be patient with the transformation of our lives and to be open to the changes which we are now going through. Amen. An Unending Love by Rabbi Remy Shapiro. We are loved by an unending love. We are embraced by arms that find us even when we are hidden from ourselves. We are touched by fingers that soothe us even when we are too proud for soothing. We are counseled by voices that guide us even when we are too embittered to hear. We are loved by an unending love. We are supported by hands that uplift us even in the midst of a fall. We are urged on by eyes that meet us even when we are too weak for meeting. We are loved by an unending love. Embraced, touched, soothed, and counseled. Ours are the arms, the fingers, the voices. Ours are the hands, the eyes, the smiles. We are loved by an unending love. During this period of silence following the reflection, you are encouraged to reflect upon any grief, fears, and losses that are weighing on you this season. At this time you are invited to maintain silence and encouraged, if you feel so moved, to light a candle of hope for the future.
God of Exodus, you led Moses and your people through the wilderness for a new land. Hear our prayer. We want so much to have a sense of direction, to know where we are and where we ought to be headed. But the darkness and the questions stay. You ask us to be full of faith, to believe deep within us that you are our strong signpost, that you are our wisdom and our guide, and to trust in you, in your presence. Your words are clear. Do not fear, I go before you. God of our depths, we cry out to you to be our guide. Help us to have strong sense and grant that we may have the vision of knowing that you are on our right path. Take our lives and use them according to your will. Take all that is lost in us and bring it home with you. God, our constant companion on our way, draw near. Amen. We have wilderness and dry land at the heart of our desert. We, we may not venture into it very often, but we know it is there. It is its place on our it's not it has a place on our maps. More familiar to us, however, is the wilderness in our own hearts, the empty spaces in our own lives, the desert and of the longing that engulfed us at Christmas. Wilderness is a hard place, but also a place of beauty and grace, revealed by the sunsets and the sunrises, the glory of ancient rocks, and the moon shining in the sand. Do not be afraid of the desert places in your life, for it is here that the good news may be heard most profoundly. May it be so.
The fourth candle we light as a sign of the hope of the stories of Hanukkah and Christmas offer to us. We remember that God, who shares our life, promises us a place and time of no more pain and suffering. The deeper the darkness, the brighter the light shines, for love refuses to be extinguished by despair. Resilience and hope cannot be quenched while the light of love burns steadily. Fueled by courage and compassion, we will look for the light, and there we will find love. God of hope, enfold us in your love. Amen. When despair for the world grows in me, and I wake in the night at the least sound in fear of what my life and my children's lives may be, I go and lie down where the wood drake rests in his beauty on the water, and the great heron feeds. I come into the peace of wild things who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the dry, blind stars waiting with their light. For a time, I rest in the grace of the world and am free.
May you grow still enough to hear the small noises earth makes in preparing for the long sleep of winter, so that you yourself may grow calm and grounded deep within. May you grow still enough to hear the trickling of water seeping into the ground, so that your soul may be softened and healed and guided in its flow. May you grow still enough to hear the splintering of starlight in the winter sky and the roar at the earth's fiery core. May you grow still enough to hear the stir of a single snowflake in the air, so that your inner silence may turn into hushed expectation.
Hope and fear, laughter and tears have been part of our journey. For the darkness and the light are both alike to you, O God. Joy and pain, longing and doubt meet on the pathway. Often we do not believe, O God, and sometimes we doubt that your promises can be true. Grant us in our world the power to heal, and the freedom to laugh, and the courage to cry, the heart to be open, and the faith to hope and believed. I invite you to stand. Despite what we see and hear in the world around us, a new day is dawning. The sunrise is coming. When it comes, it will break through the darkness of our world. Darkness caused by violence and death and hunger and despair. And all those who now sit huddled in the shadows will be able to rise and walk with confidence in the light. So go from here with courage and hope to love and serve one another. Amen.